John, I read your recent tweet. I'm going to read it here. Why don't we all tell the truth? Honesty, sadly, is not supportive of evolution. Look at flowers that mimic insects to aid pollination, leopards that look like fields of weeds, fish that have appendages that look like lures. Truth is not life-supporting. Deception is. John, as a fellow survivalist, do you also practice in deception?
Oh, Jesus, dude. Are we going to get this deep? Because this is fucking deep. No, 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 I will answer it. No. Duh. As a survivalist, as an individual member of the human population, the human species, and let's just first of all just define what that means. The human species, what are we? God damn it, we're loving, generous, compassionate, kind. God damn it, we're angels come to earth. At the same fucking time, and I mean at the same time, sometimes we are greedy, jealous, angry, hostile, fearful. And we're a mixed fucking bag, people. So, well, let me stop here. I'm sorry, I'm 74. My mind is slow. What was the original question? I'm positive what I'm saying has something to do with it. Repeat it.
As a survivalist, as a fellow member of the evolutionary...
Okay, of course. Okay, let me continue. What does deception have to do with human survival? It sounds like counter fucking productive, doesn't it? There's some ears out there. Let me tell you, people, about my fucking life. 9 months ago, Janice, who's sitting across from me, that beautiful dark brown umber African princess, were in the Dominican Republic, and we were surrounded by soldiers with fucking machine guns and men in black fucking suits. Was that not the scary? It was the scariest for me, baby. She's right here. She's right here. You don't have to do anything. Just sit and listen to me.
Yes.
She said, "Well, you want to join in, you may." And the men in black fucking suits, isn't that not scary? The fucking shit out of you. Well, it alerted me to, baby, we are in some serious motherfucking shit here. We pulled into port in our yacht after having been thrown out of Cuba 4.5 days earlier, 7 days earlier. Janice and I were just having some fun riding our fucking bikes in Havana, Cuba, and we were collected by the Cuban military, taken to a Cuban military base, and we were told, Mr. McAfee, the American government has asked us unofficially to return you to America. Because really, I think today, now that they've already gotten it, thank you, baby. The poor Wikipedia motherfucker. And since no one can touch now the gentleman hiding in Russia, they're trying to silence me. In any case, so Janice and I were taken to a military base, and the Cuban military said, Miss McAfee, we're so sorry, but we've been asked by the United States government unofficially, there's no official channel in Cuba, to return you to America. They said we're disinclined to do so. However, Miss McAfee, you are now, as you please, understand, a problem, an embarrassment. We're giving you 72 fucking hours to get out of our country and never fucking return. That was it. Janice was fucking with me during this. Now, we had our yacht. We'd sent our captain off to Miami, who had gone through his home in Nicaragua and had disappeared because we did not think we'd need a captain for quite a few months. But here we are. We got 72 fucking hours. I mean, it was touch and fucking go. I mean, try to get a yacht with 4 fucking large dogs, 9 staff, plus a captain, plus Janice and I, ready to go anywhere. Well, fuck me, that ain't easy. But we were out, and they kept coming twice a day, every day. Mr. McAfee, are you sure you're going to be gone in 43 hours? Finally, I said, listen, if I have to goddamn swim to Haiti, I'll be gone. Don't panic. Shit, we had 16 goddamn hours to spare. We left Havana with everybody. 4.5 days at sea in fucking a horror of a goddamn storm. I'm sorry, Janice is one to pick it up. Pick it up. Okay. Harvest storm. 4.5 days. We got into Dominican Republic. Got into dock. We were surrounded by fucking soldiers. We were arrested. And they said, what? Mr. McAfee, you simply have to go back to America. Now, you tell me someone is not, like the CIA, is not so desperate to shut us up. They're willing to do anything. 4.5 days later, we get out of jail. And by the way, I don't recommend Dominican Republic jails for anybody. They're not the best. Janice is saying, move it on. So now, 4 days later, we get the fuck out, go to England, and we went underground, and now, 7 goddamn months later, nobody knows where the fuck we are. End of story. How's that, babe?
And deception.
And what?
Deception.
Oh, deception! Yes! We're talking about deception. All of that was to bring us to one point. For the past 7 goddamn months after we got out of jail in the Dominican Republic, I've done nothing but propagate stories about where I am. First, Iceland. I even had the biggest troll on the fucking internet, Adam Corbis. Okay, unfortunately, that bastard disappeared. We do not know why. It had trust me, nothing to do with me. I was very glad. I said I was in Iceland. He actually outed me. Huge news 7 months ago. John McAfee found in Iceland. I have never been to Iceland. I never will go. We propagate stories. We're in Germany, Belarus, Vietnam, the Philippines, whatever. Why? Because if we do not, then we are not taking our opponent's resources and spreading them thin, as Sun Tzu. If any of you know The Art of Fucking War, I've read that goddamn book. My wife, Janice, has 2 thumbs up right now. If you have not read The Art of War by Sun Tzu, then you don't need to be listening to me, because you're not going to understand a fucking word I say.
I've read it. I have it right on my shelf over here, yeah.
We carry it with us.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you live without Sun Tzu's Art of War? Yeah, okay, so it's 3,000 years old. I don't give a shit. It's far better than any of the garbage that Fox, CNN, CNBC want to shove down our fucking throats. No, it's the greatest thing I have. Well, second. First, I'm sorry, I must be honest with you, is Charles Darwin's Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection. 2,000 pages of not easy text, but it changed my life. And then 25 years, almost to the day later, and I was 23 when I read Origin, I encountered Sun Tzu's Art of War. And those 2 books, Origin of Species and Sun Tzu's Art of War, made everything in life understandable, intelligible, complete. and beautiful people beyond any fucking description that I could ever give you. Well, now that that's over, what's your next question?
You're quite the character.
Am I now?
I would say so.
Russell, have you and I talked before? I need to understand.
We have not, sir. No.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet something. I'm willing to bet that after this program, you would love to talk to me again. And after this program, I would like to talk to you again. Now, right now, I would say if I gave you that option, would you like to talk to me again in 2 months? You'd probably say yes. Am I right?
Of course.
Isn't that odd?
Still makes you a character. That wasn't a derogatory term.
Not at all, my friend. I understand fully. I'm just saying that I do enjoy. And Janice is looking at me. We have Russell. No, hang on. We have a list. Maybe we got 5 goddamn minutes. All right, hang on. Janice, keep you on the strict schedule. Now, we have a list. A very rare fucking list. Well, once every 20 goddamn podcasts, I say, Janice, put this motherfucker on the list. Which means, Russell, anytime, any fucking time you'd like me on that Janice can fit into my schedule, I would be more than happy.
Thank you very much, John. I knew this guy. He was working in IT, and he told me, and he wasn't a conspiracy theorist, he was just a regular guy. He worked with Antivirus Softwares, and he told me, in his opinion, because he understood the code, that Antivirus Softwares must create the viruses themselves. Now, of course, you created the world's first commercial antivirus software. I'm not saying that you did that, but is that something that antivirus companies do?
No, absolutely not.
Really?
No, please, people, do you realize that when I first came, and I was the first antivirus company, when I came onto the scene, there were, 100 programmers writing viruses. And then 3 months later, there were 1,000. What idiot would spend time writing viruses so that he could combat them when you have a real goddamn threat? Do you realize how difficult it was for myself and my team? I had 5 people. Five. And thousands of virus writers popping out viruses 5 a day. My 5 people, if I put them full fucking time writing viruses, might pop out 1 a month. What idiot would fucking do that? It's kind of like you're in a war and everybody's shooting at you, and you say, Lieutenant, every 5 seconds, please fire a shot at me. I mean, it's stupid. I'm sorry, people. No, nobody, not Norton, not me, not Microsoft, not Dr. Solomon's, not Checkpoint. Nobody was so stupid as to spend resources writing something that you have 1,000 people doing 24 hours a day.
For free.
For free, yeah. No, please, God. The people who say that, number one, certainly do not understand antivirus software. And number two, more certainly do not understand anything about software architecture, its interface with hardware, its abilities and disabilities, what it can and cannot fucking do, how difficult it is to program this function versus another, which sounds massively more complex, yet number one can be programmed using something called a recursive subroutine. Anybody out there who is a programmer knows the subtlety, the beauty, the fucking power of a recursive subroutine. What is a recursive subroutine? First I'd heard of it was in the late 1970s. Somebody at NASA's Institute for Space Studies invented the fucking, hey, look at this. I got a goddamn subroutine that can call itself. To understand what that means, it's this. Normally, what is a subroutine in code? A subroutine is something like, I don't know, multiplies two fucking numbers together. You've got 1,738,415.07 times whatever. You take those two numbers, send it to the subroutine. Its sole purpose in life is to return you the answer. That's the definition of a subroutine. A piece of programming, a piece of code, a piece of logic that performs a singular function. You give it 2, 3, 4, 5, who cares how many goddamn variables? It could be 100. Normally it's 2. And it returns you a fucking answer. Somebody at the National Aeronautics and Space Administration in New York City in the 70s, where I was working at that same fucking time, invented a subroutine that called who? Itself. Think about it. Because subroutines just sit there waiting to be called. You got two numbers on to be multiplied. That's what I do. Send me the 2. If nothing happens, you're sitting there. Okay. If someone needs 2 numbers multiplied, they call the subroutine. But this motherfucker in New York said, ha, I've got a subroutine that calls who? Itself. Now, for those non-coders, non-programmers, maybe you're thinking, well, a big fucking deal. But for programmers, it's as magic as saying, I mean, I hope there are programmers listening. There have to be, else the world is lost. But if you're listening, I mean, and those of you who have actually studied the roots, the source, the power of your fucking art, will have eventually come across the following problem. You have 2 registers, A and B, in a computer. The only fucking instructions you have don't have add, you don't have subtract, you got no branch, you got nothing, you got no shift left, got no shift right. All you have is Boolean algebra and exclusive OR. With those 3 fucking functions, please replace register A with the contents of register B and register B with the contents of register A. Now, only one programmer in 10 fucking thousand knows that answer. But if you do, well, you're smart enough to figure out how to get in touch with me privately. And please do so. Thank you. Do you know how easy it is to disassemble a piece of software, whether it's from Norton or McAfee or anybody? It would be so obvious to every programmer in the world what they're doing.
Well, what was the efficacy of McAfee software? Was it more to give someone a sense of security?
Oh, fuck no. It was in total response to the world's first computer virus in 1987, the Pakistani fucking brain. Okay, that was the world's first. I heard about it the second day after it hit the world. I got a copy from MIT. I disassembled it, looked at it and said, holy fuck, because that's the world's first true artificial intelligence. That's what viruses are, people. What are viruses? People go, oh, computer virus. I don't have any vaguest fucking idea what one is. Let me explain what one is. It's a program, an artificial intelligence that attaches itself to either the boot sector of your drive, to a SIM card, whatever. Or it attaches itself to an application which you download then from Google, iTunes, Pornhub, or whatever you download from. That's a computer virus. What is its function? It's twofold. 1, survival. Well, how do you survive? You hide. In fact, there's three functions. Number one, you hide. You cleverly conceal yourself behind a legitimate operating system or application or bootstrap loader. Number two, you populate. That means you infect as much shit as you can. If you're a program infector, every goddamn program that comes in and leaves the machine is infected. And number four, to do something to leave a mark that you were here. Kill the system, like the Pakistani brain, fuck me, man, that virus, the world's first, actually built by two brothers in Lahore, Pakistan, in their early 20s. They ran a computer repair shop. They were so fucking brilliant. They came up with the first concept of that artificial intelligence, believe it or not, in the Pakistani brain. Why do we call it the Pakistani brain? That's what they called it. In the virus, as it infected you. If you disassembled it and looked closely, you would see Pakistani brain virus. So that was the first. It got more sophisticated from there. Yes, what's your next question?
Well, are computers today secure at all? Is there any softwares that one could buy off the market that will truly keep computers secure?
Of course not. Of course not. First of all, what do we look at? the hundreds of applications that involve encryption. WhatsApp.
Well, I was going to ask about that. Telegraph, WhatsApp, are they even truly encrypted?
Let me finish. Yeah, they are. Let's look at the encrypted apps. WhatsApp. I'm sorry. And all the encrypted apps. No, so encryption came about in the early 1970s as a way to disrupt the man-in-the-middle attack. Now, what's a man-in-the-middle attack? It's you're in New York and you're transmitting data to Los Angeles, and I'm in Kansas City. Listen, that's the man in the middle. So encryption came about to make the man-in-the-middle attack, which is, by the way, the man-in-the-middle is the trivialist of all fucking attacks, to make the man-in-the-middle attack meaningless. However, people, there is nobody in the middle anymore. Why? Because all hacks have moved to the end points, not the middle, to the beginning or the end. Let's look at the truth. You type in something which is then going to be what? Encrypted and sent to San Francisco. So no one in the middle is ever going to see it. However, what if you have on your phone some malware that's simply watching what you type in? And as you type it in, they send it, Russell, to your wife. And so everything you type, your wife gets to read. When? Before it's fucking encrypted. What about the receiving end? The receiving end, you can't read encrypted data, so it has to be decrypted and displayed on fucking screen. Which also, Russell, goes to your wife. Encryption's meaningless. Please, goddamn. Now, how do you get this malware, people? Do you think it's difficult, or you got to do something really bad, like assassinate a president? No. I mean, something as trivial as logging into Pornhub.com. The act of actually typing in Pornhub.com allows Pornhub to do what? To set your download unauthorized application flag, which it always does. Check it out, people. Would I lie to you about this shit? No. So now, all you did is type in Pornhub.com and hit enter. Suddenly, your download. Check it out, people. Look at your fucking download authorization flags if you've been on Pornhub. They're set to okay. download an authorized application. Let's say you want to see an actual video, anal fisting, felching, splat segments. I don't fucking know, whatever. Say you press the button, click, let's see. People, you now have software on your phones. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think you're able for free to watch whatever porn you want? Whatever it is you desire. If you can't find it on Pornhub or on Xhamster or some fucking public site, and you're paying nothing for it for most of you. Have you thought, because you know, if your mothers and fathers and grandfathers and grandmothers were correct, there is nothing free in this fucking world. What is it do you think that you've been paying? Because you know you've been paying something. And it's not just somebody selling your email address. No, it's somebody selling your every fucking word that you speak, your smartphone, every fucking email, every direct goddamn message. And how are they able to do this? You think, well, no, that's not possible. Here's why. Because into both the Android and iOS and virtually every smartphone system is a system to allow advertisers and marketers to know where the fuck you are, what you're eating, what you're buying, what you wish for, what you're saying. Not because they want to control you or suck your lifeblood, no, so they can sell you Nike shoes and baseball hats and whatever it is that you're now looking for. So no. But since those facilities have to be built in, why do they have to be built in? Do you think Sony or Apple or anybody can't make a living selling something as fucking sophisticated as your goddamn smartphone for less than $100,000? Then please God, what basement did you just crawl out of? No, people, for $1,000, you get what? 20 years ago, $100 million would have bought in computing power in applications that come for fucking free with the phone, in cameras, in voice recognition, in every aspect of your fucking life that might be made easier. Those phones are designed to provide access to your every goddamned movement to marketeers and salesmen. And since those hooks and access points are in the operating system, do you think that hackers, covert government organizations, people who actually do intend you ill, do you think that they're going to go, oh, well, I'm sorry, it would be really improper to use those same fucking facilities that Neiman Marcus and Nike use?
Is there any secure cell phone on the market?
No, sir. However,
like, could you personally design one?
I've got one coming out. Yeah, fuck me. I'm going to get shot for saying this. Now, 2 years ago, I announced while I was at MGT, which is the 6th largest Bitcoin miner in the world. We had a value of $800 million at that time. I announced the black phone. That was before the SEC and the IRS declared war on me. And I had to leave, and I'm now in hiding in an undisclosed location. But the black phone, I kept in the back of my mind, and I'm coming out in actually 4 months with a phone. Now, is it absolutely secure? No, absolutely fucking not. Nothing is absolutely secure. But can anyone ever find out where the fuck you are? No. Not within.
But if you put a GPS on that phone because you wanted to use a map system, doesn't matter.
Doesn't. Trust me, dude. I don't care what you put on that phone. That data has to go through the cell towers. Once we get that fucking data. Listen, there's no national or international law saying what we can and cannot do, providing we tell you, listen, dude, we're going to strip whatever. If you ask us to strip your location data, it's stripped. If you ask us to strip your IP, it's stripped. But you tell us that don't bitch at us for whatever might happen to you because of that. Do you understand? We're expecting this to be a bunch of fucking adults. But no, you don't want to be found. You won't be in a fucking story. Everything else, I'm sorry, we can't help you with. But is that not, people, a fucking beginning that the marketeers don't know where the fuck you are? Therefore, what the fuck are they going to market to you? If you're 2 blocks away from the pizza parlor, and they've noticed it every other week you buy a goddamn pizza, suddenly when you log on to Facebook, you're going to have an ad. Oh, the pizza parlor around the corner is selling whatever, a Hawaiian pizza for 1/2 price. Who gives a fuck what it is? They can't do that if you don't know where you are. Do you please, people, understand the first law of privacy, which is if you cannot find me, you have 0 control over me. Janice and I had been living for almost a year under you cannot find us. We've had no cell phones because no cell phone currently exists that we could use without being instantly collected, picked up, tortured, and you'd never hear from us again.
But the opposite is true. If they know where you are at all times, they have total control. And everyone has their location setting put on.
Duh. Yes, which is why we don't want them to know where you are. So it's a start. I don't have all the answers. I can't help you with your interpersonal communications with your lovers, your boyfriends, your husbands, your political alliances. I don't fucking know. I can't help you. But I can guarantee you, I can give you a phone with full fucking functionality that no one, including no government on the fucking planet, will ever know where you are. Is this not the most important thing here? It's a start, and just give me time. If I continue living, there's more to come. And if not, my beautiful Nubian, African, gorgeous fucking wife will succeed me.
Well, the Senate just recently voted to allow FBI to access your browsing history without a warrant. I can't imagine they already weren't looking, but I guess now they don't need a warrant.
No, they don't need a warrant. The warrant just makes it, listen, we don't have to fight any more goddamn court battles.
Well, it makes it easier for them to stack evidence against you and then obtain a warrant later on. Yeah.
Listen, I defy the FBI to access my browser.
Well, in your situation, yeah.
In my situation.
But for everybody else, they're fucked.
Let's hear.
You know.
Let's get something clear. If they don't know where you are, then they don't know who you are. What? You could be anybody. So, things like accessing your browser history. Number one, how the fuck are they going to access your browser history if they don't know where you are? They don't know which browser's history to access. Please, people, understand the power of location, because if they don't know where you are, they don't know who you are in reality. And if they cannot know who you are, then whose browser history and where is that browser? If they don't, even if they know, this is John McAfee, accesses browser history. Yeah, well, here's the problem, boss. We know it's his, but we don't know where he is. Because if you don't know where I am, then what IP address are you going to hack into to get my browser history? No, people, this new phone will be as freeing as the entire concept of the blockchain, which to me, being of the people, by the people, and for the people. What does that mean in terms of the blockchain? It means that nothing that's been developed on the various blockchains are private. Open source, every one. What does that mean? It's all yours in perpetuity, people. It's no longer a technology that sprang from the bowels of a government black military program, or from the research basement of Samsung or Microsoft or Apple. No, it's ours. It's fucking ours. We have to keep it ours. You have to understand its value. And we have to use privacy, because what is the blockchain? The most ultimate tool for revelations and non-privacy in the public sector, meaning governments and police and so on, while simultaneously giving the individual absolute, total fucking privacy. Do you understand the magic of that mathematics? And we just arrived at that less than a dozen fucking years ago, people. Now, this is our future. If you're willing to pick it up, unfortunately, it's going to require you to pull out your third grade math book and relearn division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction, and how those relate to the world around you. But once you've done that, you're home. You're here with us, who no longer need dollars or banks or credit cards or checkbooks. We have not had any of those things for over a year, and some of those things for over 5 years. Why? Cryptocurrency has freed us from that necessity, and in the past 2 years has freed us from every necessity of life, because there is nothing you cannot buy with crypto, specifically privacy coins. Nothing. And there is no job that you cannot get that will pay you exclusively in cryptocurrency. The people's currency. Our currency. Our freedom. Our power. People. And I'm out of time. I'm very happy to have spoken to you. Thank you.